Hey guys, welcome. It's Chad with the Veggie Vet. We're glad you joined us. If this is your first time, welcome. If you come here before, hopefully you come back again. Today we're in the greenhouse. We're doing a little seed starting. I got my daughter Catalina out here helping me. She wanted to help, so here we are. She's got a couple tomatoes she's planting, and I'm doing some okra and another cucumber. We'll see how they go. We have plenty of tomatoes in the garden, as you already know if you've been on the garden tours. But what we're doing, the reason we're planting some more, one, we have determinate tomatoes, which, like I keep saying, determinate. They're determined to finish off their life. And then we also have some indeterminate tomato, which are growing just fine. But the problem is here in Zone 8, Georgia, when June hits, it gets hot, guys. I'm sure it gets hot a lot of places. But the tomatoes do not like it being that hot. So what they will do, they will concentrate on living rather than producing. So we don't get a lot of tomatoes down here in the South, deep South, when it comes to June. What a lot of people like to do around here is plant determinate tomatoes. That way they produce, then they'll be dead in about 2 weeks from now, or maybe less. And then you can have that bed empty, and then you can have another round go in come July, ready to go outside. Now that's what I plan on doing. But I'm also doing it with indeterminate tomatoes because I'm not going to sit in there and feed them and keep them alive all during the summer months when I know they're not going to give me anything. So that's why we're out here doing what we're doing. So this is our seed starting setup. This is what I like to do. As you can see this seed mix right here, this is just, and I don't have a preference. I've used all different kinds so far. What I do make sure I do, as you probably already seen in the video, this is my little siphon thing to clean out my soil. I got this off Amazon. It was a couple bucks, or you can make it with some fencing. But what I do, any bag of soil that I get for seed starting, I still run it through here and sift it. So we make sure we sift all our soil. And so this is one already sifted. As you can see how good it looks. It's very fine. It's very soft, ain't it, Catalina?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I got another bag here, and I'm not going to worry about putting the name in the video of who it is, but let's just see. So this is how it comes. I mean, you can already see chunks, things like that.
Wood.
And I don't want any of that. Anything with your seeds, you don't want to impede them at any point of trying to get through that soil, breaking the soil. So that's all I do. Just set it in there. And look at all that. There's nothing wrong with that stuff. There's nothing bad in there. So I don't want to throw it away. So I keep a little container off to the side. And this is what came out of my other seed starting mix. And I just dump it in here. Then I'll add that to my compost. There's nothing wrong with that. But we have plenty right now to get what we need done today. So I'm not going to keep showing you. So that's kind of how we do that. The second thing with after you make sure you have a good fine seed starting mix, you want to make sure it's moist. So I did wet this the other day. I was thinking about starting, but I didn't have time to. Life got in the way. So this still has a little moisture, so it's not completely dry. But what you want is when you squeeze it, you want it to hold together, which that's not holding together. But you don't want it to drip too much. So we're going to add a little water. I got it right here. We shouldn't need much. Like I said, it was already moist. And you can use shovel, your hands. I don't mind getting dirty, as I keep saying. So here we go. You can help. You're more than welcome. Like I said, my daughter Catalina, they're going to get dirty. You're fine.
I know. I'm waiting. See.
And just mix it around. And you don't want the seeds drenched. You just want it moist. It gets stuck in that corners a little bit. So a little bit more. It's almost holding together.
A little bit.
Okay. Try that. Let's see what we got. And so with your seed packets, guys, and everybody worried about when can I start seeds, the timing and all that, on the back of each seed packet, it'll let you know what kind of zone and where you live, the month to be starting it. So that's pretty good. See how it's holding together? It's a little wet, but it holds its structure. So that's what you want. And if you look on the back of your packet, you look at how many days it takes for that seed to maturity, and then how many days you have left before your first frost. So you can normally, and here in Georgia, we can grow a lot of things at a lot of different times. Pretty much all year. Here you go. Grab that.
Okay.
So then these are our seed starting trays. This is what I like. I got that from Amazon. I got this from VivoSun. They're both pretty much similar. And then we just fill it up. So go ahead and get your soil in there. And guys, when you're putting your soil in, you don't want to press it down too much, but a little bit. It's called thumb packing. You want to push it down, just you can keep filling it up. Fill all your holes.
I know. I'm doing it.
You're doing great. So, but like I was saying, if you have enough days before your first frost, we have plenty. Most places do right now. It's prime time to either be transplanting or starting seeds for most places. So I know I got these tomatoes. They grow just fine. They're starting. A lot of people are getting transplants from the store. I still rather start from seed. Like I said, if you're going out in Georgia and Deep South, buying transplants right now, not too tight now, not too much. And then come June, they're not going to be, they're just going to concentrate on surviving. They're not really going to grow for you. They're not going to thrive. So like I said, I'd rather just go ahead and just start brand new babies, keep them in the greenhouse or indoors for a little bit. And then when it's time to go out, I have fresh, strong plants to start in July to start with the vegetation. And then come August, they should be producing again. But if you have indeterminates here, you can keep them alive. And I may have one or two. We'll see how they look that I keep alive. But like I said, the main thing down here in Georgia is humidity and moisture. And it is hard to keep those tomatoes happy during that time with all that humidity. The leaves struggle, the plants get diseases, funguses, and it's just, you do a lot of work on just keeping it alive to not get anything to eat from it. So you just push it down a little bit. And when you're doing this, guys, this is called thumb packing. You take your thumb and kind of push it down. You don't want to push too hard, but you want to make sure you have a nice home for your seed. Nice little place for it to snuggle up and get all happy and grow. So we got it all squared away. All right.
You don't want your seed to be homeless. It's a bad place.
It's not going to be homeless. We giving them homes around here.
Yep.
All right. So there you go. So I'm going to let you show them in the video, Kat, and you can watch me kind of what I do if you have any questions, but you'll do it right there in the camera. So we're going to get our holes ready. You can use that or you can use your finger. I'm just using my finger and I'm just making a little crevice. See that, Kat? I'm just making a little indentation. You can do that with the poker, you can do that with your finger.
Okay.
I'm just making a place for where I'm going to drop my seed into. Yep, that's good. And you got to go as deep. You're fine. Yep. And all we're doing is just making it. And so also on the back of your seed packet, it's going to tell you how deep to plant each seed. But typically a good rule of thumb is pretty much double the size. Tomato seeds are pretty small, so an 1/8 inch is what they say. If you go a little deeper, you're fine. They'll germinate just fine, as long as you don't have anything impeding it. Most times I see what I've seen on the internet over the past year, people struggling with seed starting, is their soil is so clunky. It has so much stuff in it, and it's not sterile, using compost. Or this is organic seed starting mix from the store, and it has nothing in it, no fertilizers or anything like that. Your seeds do not need anything to get started. They have enough in that powerful seed to get started and to grow. They don't need anything until they get their first true leaves, which is typically about 2 to 3 weeks after they pop out of the soil. So get you a good seed starting mix, one you like. Make sure you siphon it. That's going to raise your chances dramatically. And then make sure it's moist. And then the next thing you make sure is that you plant your seeds at the right depth. And your seeds matter. Who you get it from, what you got, good seed starting. I like the person, I got mine from M.I. Gardner. I love their seeds. I have almost 100 to 98, at least 85 minimum, but 90% germination, which is great for what we're looking for. I only put 1 seed per container. A lot of people, Catalina, go ahead and grab some of your seed, whichever one you want to start with. A lot of people put 2 seeds per little area, 2 to 3. And then after they grow, you can go ahead and open that, dump some in your palm. After they grow, they will thin them out. I don't do that. I like to grow 1 seed per container. And I know it's a little tedious, but that's what I like. This is a hobby. I enjoy it. I've grown to love it. And so that's just what I do. And I like to see the rate of growth. So I can see things have been going pretty good so far. So you need to turn yours this way so you can make sure we label it correctly. So you're going to do 4 of each one. So drop them in your hand like this, like I got mine.
Yep.
Nope, just open, spread them open. Open your hand. There you go. You got a few right there. It's going to be hard to pick them out. So, and don't be, if you can't drop one, drop a couple. That's fine. You ain't got to be picky. So don't be picky. If they're little seeds, I mean, go ahead and drop 1 or 2 and you can thin them out. I have a little pair of tweezers. That's how anal I am, guys. That's where I'm at. But hey, not to each their own, right? The thing about this is we're supposed to help each other grow, learn, and hopefully motivate to grow more of our own things and less dependent on not the government, but just less dependent on anybody, guys. Depend on yourself. Believe in yourself because you are enough. You can do it. Ain't that right, baby?
Yeah.
So you got those in? All right. So once you got those, here's your tomato packet. If you got any seeds left over, drop it in there. It don't matter if you get a little dirt. And sometimes I'll have seeds fall into this and I'll have volunteers sprout up on the side. So grab your other seeds that you want to start. And so we're going to set them left to right. That way we can label them here in just a minute how we plant it. So put your other one right here and your other one right there. So we can label it. I got a piece of tape on there. And in a minute, guys, I'll show y'all how I label the sides. I put a piece of tape. And then I just write the labels instead of reusing it. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
These are very small. There's not many of them left. They only sent like 5 seeds. So you only got 2 of those. So separate them and then put them right there. I'll know where to label them. Yep, 1 there and 1 at the other left.
This one?
Yep. So yeah, that pack, that's a 42-day tomato. That one only came with 5 seeds. I got 3 of them already in the garden, and then that one's going out there. So grab your other tomato, and then we'll just go 6 of that one. So we'll have 4 of the beefsteak, which would be plenty if they all come germinate. Yeah, that's fine. Don't be afraid. And this one right here is a hybrid tomato early girl. All right, ready? And guys, we really do appreciate you hanging out with us today. Hopefully you're learning a little bit. It's helping you out. You'll have a better seed starting experience. That was my goal this year, was to get better at seed starting and transplanting, which if you've looked at the garden, go ahead.
Do I put in both?
Yep. Go start east side and do 6. So,
okay.
Yep. And if you look at the garden videos, the garden tours, guys, you can see it's successful. Most of my garden is 90% started from seed myself. So, I mean, I haven't invented this. I've just listened to people on YouTube, put it all together, and just showing you in my own words, my own little country accent, whatever, how I do it and what we do. And it's been successful. And hopefully to encourage others that you don't have to be super awesome to do this. You just have to want to do it. You just have to do it. So then what I do when we got seeds, Kat, I'll let you do it, is take it and fill it over. Put the dirt on top and wipe it off. You got plenty, grab it. Yeah, grab it. Don't be afraid. You can set that down in there. There you go. And then just wipe it off the sides when it's too, yep. Get a little closer so you're not throwing it all on the floor. Here you go. Oh.
Ooh.
Good catch. All right. So that's how we do it. And then after they're in, I like, Catalina behind you right there, that sprayer. Yep, grab it. I like to use a sprayer. You don't want to soak your seeds and because you risk the risk of water pouring over and dislodging your seeds. They're very sensitive. So I got this little sprayer from a local hardware store. I've seen them at Home Depot. There's different ones, and it works great for misting your seeds. And that's all you really need to do is just get that top layer wet for right now. Go ahead, Kat, soak it up. Spray it, hold it down. Don't back up. They need to get wet. All right, there you go. So that's what you want to do, guys. You want to, after you get them in there, make sure you water it. In 2 to 3 days, you need to make sure you have a place for them to go to get some light. When they pop out, they need light right away, and not just window light. If you're trying to grow it into window seal, you need to go to Harbor Freight or whatever, get you a little $20 extra light, and that will drastically help your seedlings. If your seedlings are growing real long and linky, they're going to be weak. You don't want that. You want them to stay stout and short as they grow. And the reason they grow long and leaky is because they're reaching out for the light. And if you get you a light with the sun, windows just aren't strong enough. Window sills is just not enough sunlight. You need a little extra light. Even in my greenhouse out here, I have extra light. I tried it last year with no lights. All my seedlings were linky, weak, and when I tried to transplant them out in the yard, they did not go well. They struggled. They died. They didn't produce well. This year, we grew them in the greenhouse. We started with a light over the top of them, about 2 or 3 inches, 4 at most. We let them grow. We let them get strong, took them out, and they've done a lot better. So, like I said, what you'll do, you'll let these grow for a few weeks, let them get a good seedlings, follow along. I'll give you an update as we go along here and show you how they're doing. Hopefully, we were able to help you guys out. If you have any questions, write them in the comments. We do our best to help out. Again, if you like if the video helped you out, give us a thumbs up. If you want to, share, and make sure you subscribe, guys. Hopefully you have a great day.